To own the future, we need to do more than just see it. We need to make it.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Zoya and I'm a third-year electrical engineering student at the University of Ottawa, also your host today. Here I have with me Aali, co-founder and president and CTO at Giatec. And he'll be letting us know a few little things or a couple things about himself and the industry and Giatec. So before we start off, could you tell us a little bit about your experience at U Ottawa, just briefly? How you got there, when you graduated, what you did, and so on.
Yeah, so that brings really good memories back for me. I got to the PhD program in civil engineering department in 2006, and I did my whole PhD research on the cement science and concrete nanoscience for about 3 years and a half, and I graduated in 2009. That was really exciting for me to work on a cool project. At that point, I had a collaboration with NRC through my professor, and we were able to address a lot of understanding about concrete at the nano level, how molecules react together and form concrete products, and how they can become stronger and more durable. It was a very interesting topic. It was very fruitful. We published a lot of papers together. And at the end of it, I was really happy to add a little bit of knowledge to what our community as a whole, the concrete science community, knows about concrete.
So, to work with that a little bit, basically what you're doing at Giatec right now is merging two departments of engineering together, correct? You're bringing
That's
together
correct.
the tech, and you're bringing together traditional engineering, which is the civil construction side, concrete, all of whatever that you do. I'm not very familiar with it, but I understand the tech side. So how is that helping right now in the industry? How does that benefit people in civil? How does it benefit people in electrical? How does it benefit all different types of engineering right now?
Yeah, so we've developed an industrial IoT platform for the construction industry. So in a nutshell, our technology or our product is called the Smart Rock Sensor. It's a Bluetooth sensor that contractors put in the concrete when they build new structures. And this sensor monitors concrete curing and hardening. And it gives the contractors real-time information on the strengths of concrete in particular. And that's a critical parameter for contractors to know before they can move up to the next stage in their construction schedule. And so you can imagine that a lot of people are on the job site waiting for that result to come. A lot of the schedules are depending on it. So our value proposition is to get that real-time information to them so that contractors can speed up their project schedules safely. And as a result of that, projects will be finished earlier and more economically, and also with a peace of mind about the quality of concrete. And so that's basically what we are offering, merging the IoT platform, which comes in a combination of hardware, which is a sensor, and software, which is an app and a cloud dashboard, applied to a traditional industry, which is the construction industry.
So basically it picks up, it analyzes your concrete, picks up data that you need to use, and then that helps in the future in improvement of the concrete and improvement of how you pour, how you do all of that other stuff as well.
Yeah, so that a lot of processes in early stage construction and during that first few days or week when they are pouring concrete and they want to open forms and go to the next floor, for example, when they're building a high-rise, are dependent on getting that information. And traditionally, contractors would use a lab to give that result to them, but it's sometimes a day or two until they get that result. So you can imagine how much of cost that implies for them.
Yeah, that probably a lot. So another question that I had for you was, right now with COVID and with all of what's happening, how is everything changing for you? How is the number of people working on job sites changing? How are business models changing? How are business spaces changing? Have there been any big alterations at Giatec?
In a very brief way. Construction industry has been affected by the fact that people need to follow social distancing rules. There are workers on the job site, they're interacting with each other. There are contractors or subcontractors who are going to the job site. And because of the social distancing rules, it's more difficult to manage crew on the job site, distances, schedules and all that. And for us as a sensor provider to this industry, it had actually an interesting effect. In the past, or traditionally, contractors would hire a technician to come on a job site, take a concrete cylinder sample, go test it, and give the results back to them. But now that they don't want to have as many people on the job site, they started using more of our sensors, which enables them to eliminate having more technicians or more people in the field. So that was an interesting observation. The other one was that a lot of job sites got shut down because of the pandemic. So project managers wanted to catch up on their schedules. So due to the fact that with sensors, they can at least save 1 or 2 days per pour, they started using more and more sensors so that they can accelerate their schedules and catch up with the lost days on their plan.
Is there anything that you would have done differently at that time? Is there something else that you would have chosen to do, or something you would have changed, maybe something that you wanted to do that you didn't do?